Hi guys, I hope you like my stories. They are of great meaning to me. They mean a lot to me. A lot of them are about society and etiquette and how we act in society, and a lot of people. Let's go for a community walk. Sometimes I like my community walk. It helps me think about what I'm going to write about in my next story. If I do write a next story and publish it to the public, I'll post the link, whatever story I write about. I always post a link. I like people to read my stories. I just sometimes I get writer's block. I don't know what it is. When you write a story and get writer's block, that is frustrating. I hate writer's block. I don't know what it is, but they say it means that you are confused. I don't know. Yeah, I'll be back into talking to the haunted doll. I do that at nighttime, not in the daytime. It's too early. So tonight I'm going to do a video of the haunted doll and do an EVP on my haunted doll. I'm going to see if the haunted doll can speak tonight, which he only talks at night. I prefer to do that at night. I'm going to have to charge my phone. But if you do want to check my stories, please click on the link. It leads to a writing app called, there's an app out there called Wattspad or something. WATTSPAD. It's called Wattspad. Wattspad is a writing app that allows you to create stories and publish them to the public. That allows you to be a story writer. Now, don't know what kind of story you want to write. They have different selections like thrillers, horrors, or adventure. If you're into just writing adventure stories, then stick with inspiration from other writers and maybe you can get ideas. First of all, when you're writing a story, have a title to your story. Have a description, what the main idea of the story. It has to be about something. You need characters in your story or it's not going to be interesting. You have to write the stories with your character and give your character names, and yeah, you don't want real names in stories, not allowed. When writing a story, you have to make sure there's periods at the end of a sentence or commas, and you have to make sure your punctuation marks are able to be public to the public, because writing a story, that's all important. Spelling errors and all that, they do check for that. Punctuations are important in the story, commas, dots at the end of a sentence. That just shows your stories are neat and organized. When you start a story, always have a capital T. Or if the story's about something, always say once upon a time if you want to make it that way, if it's a children's storybook. Have the story mean something. It's always good to the viewer of the story to read an interesting story. You can also vote on the stories on Wattpad if you like them. Check out my story. I mean, you can leave comments on the person's profile. Everyone has a profile who joins it. But make sure if you write a story, it means something, that you're not just writing because someone told you to. You need to have a meaning. Your story has to mean something. Now, it can have characters that mean a lot to you. Now, they're not real characters, as you know, and that when you write a story, you don't use real names if it's based on a true event or a true person. Now, what inspires you to write a story is up to the person. But if you do write a story, make sure it's got meaning. I'm not saying you can't, but stories have to have come to life. You can have pictures that will help people who read them understand the story by pictures if you're not able to describe, or you can go and take a course online how to write. You can take a writer's course. It's not going to be much. You have to talk to your parents if you're a minor, and you have to take a writer's course to write stories. But it's very important that you want to become a writer. You have to take notes of events, dates, time. All of that counts. Punctuation marks, spelling counts, your grammar counts when you write a story, because people mark you on your grammar, your words, your meaning, and your writing skills. You know, sometimes you need to work on your writing skills. So have a diary, write down all the stuff you're going to put in your story, the plot, the plan, your characters, their names, how you're going to write the story. You need to have a script. It's very important, because every story writer has a script, and every story writer writes a story about what their meaning is. Now, a story may represent the writer, it may represent someone you know in real life, but you're not allowed to use real names in the story. Just tips, advice on writing stories. Now, this is an educational video. It's for all ages who want to learn how to write and don't know how to. Well, check out other people's stories if you want to learn to write.